lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Racers Elite Truck Series from Iowa Speedway for race number 3 of the season. Certainly going to be an interesting one. Can we see Blair Holloman go back to back to back? Do we see Alex Teft finish in the podium for the third straight week? You know, he's second in the points now. Blair Holloman leading the points with 2 wins. And it's just going to get crazier the more and more we get into this season. Here on SRM, I am Jordan Brockell, joined in the booth tonight by Colin McDonough. Colin, how are things going on today?
Things are going all right. I just saw Truth Hoke put down a flyer and almost rival Dennis Kane for the pole. Lap times are close, man. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, and certainly as we are around 71 degrees air temperature with a track temp around 73 degrees. So the last couple of weeks, night races had some cool tracks. Not really have any worry on handling, needless to say. I mean, surely once the tires wear in, it's going to be a different type of story. But certainly these guys are going to be able to hang on and push the boundaries a little bit tonight.
I'm looking forward to it.
This was Philip Archibald. He's going to go P9 on the board. Actually just drops down to P10 thanks to Andrew Teft's lap.
Oh, Lee Campbell jumps up to 5th.
Lee Campbell finishing up his, going to 5th. Rowan Lloyd at the top of the pylon right now with a 23.25. Blair Holloman goes 3rd just now. We'll see what Andrew Teft does here on his final lap. Andrew Teft goes 23.34. P2 with Blair Holloman running the Matco tools. Forgive me for being young, but he always does throwback schemes, and I don't really know who that is. Blair Holloman goes P2. So Blair Holloman not able to take the pole again. I mean, he's only got 1 pole this year out of the 2 races, so certainly not going to be on the pole for another week, but I mean, he's 2 for 2 on the season. He's batting 1,000. So starting on the front row as we sit right now.
Rowan Lloyd is downright fast compared to the rest right now. You see P2 at 23.33, P3 23.34, P5 23.36. You see Rowan Lloyd at the pole at 23.25, so he's a 10th up on the rest.
Yeah, and I mean that's a ton of time, in qualifying alone. It's almost like drag racing when you get a certain speed, it's going to take a lot more to just get that 1/10, and in lone qualifying, it's going to take a lot to just get a full 10th, and he got it. But he's going to start on the pole. Blair Holloman going to start P2 here again tonight. Go ahead and get that grid up and rolling here. Rowan Lloyd starting up on the pole tonight with Blair Holloman starting P2. Andrew Teft, Dennis Kane going to be in row 2. Alex Teft and Truth Hoke going to be in row 3. Justin Branham and Curtis Ecker are going to be in row 4. Lee Campbell and Jesse Fox are going to be the 2 to round out the top 10 here. And Kensley Smith and Trevor Woodward going to be the guys that go ahead and finish out row 6. Jump back a little further. Wesley Herndon is going to be in 13th with Philip Archibald to his outside in 14th. Paul Shaw is going to be in 15th with Kirby Wayne Scott going to be in 16th. Rob Yost Jr. and Hugh Escobar are going to be in row number 9. Troy Thomas and Kyle Hess going to be in row 20, or row 20. Could you imagine 20 rows of race cars here? Row 10 with Nathan Strauss rounding out the field in 21st. So certainly going to be a good one here tonight.
Have we checked to see if the Hess truck has made a...
Yeah, we got it.
There it is.
There it is. Once again, the Hess truck up there. And, I wonder if, Rowan Lloyd's got to have something here. We would get a chat with him, but I think they would be going green here. If not, no, they certainly should be going green this time around. So don't want to pull Rowan Lloyd up. It's the trouble with the short tracks is you don't get that chance to pull them up for the interview, but we'll certainly get a chance to speak with him at some point here tonight. Actually, it looks like the pace car's staying off.
The pace car's staying out, so
Or staying
you might have
on,
a chance to have a word.
We got to run. Rowan Lloyd, it's the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, we're just trying to get a quick chat with you, because I know this is a short track, but, what's it going to take to beat that guy on the outside of you tonight?
Boy, I have no idea. This guy seems to be fast everywhere. If he gets out ahead of me, coming out of like 1 and 2, I'm just going to let him go. I'll try and reel him in. My biggest worry is him and sliding coming out of 4. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it does.
All right, brother. Well, we'll get you back down there. You're in the outsiders, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Have a good race.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Always feels like chaotic when you got to get those interviews in quick and fast, and certainly these guys are going to be going a little haywire here as the pace car makes that hard left turn. We enter the zone. Rowan Lloyd gets a massive jump there at the start. He's going to leave him in the dust here for a second.
best thing for Rowan Lloyd right now is that Andrew Teff just got around Blair Holloman. You know, the two of them are always trading blows with one another.
Yeah, certainly. But we saw this last week where Blair Holloman didn't really push the issue to be up front, dropped way back, and then marched his way through the entire field pretty much and found himself back at the top of the podium.
Indeed. Yeah, he definitely saved that first stint.
A little bit further back, a little bit of a nest here with Truth Hoke to the outside of, I believe that might be Justin Branham. It's showing 81, should be a 58. We'll keep an eye and try to remember that. But a little bit of a nest here with Lee Campbell to the inside of Truth Hoke here. Ecker way up the track. Seeing it says Hugh Escobar had an issue. Take a peek back here. He takes a slide through the infield here. Back that up real quick so we can get a better peek-see at it.
That was what Rowan mentioned earlier about getting loose off a 4. It's really easy to do.
Yeah, he drifts up and then you can see it just whips around on him. Able to keep it from going to that inside wall, but I mean, I was going to be nice to him, and then all of a sudden I see the Dallas Cowboys on the side of that truck, so.
Oh.
And then he loops it again.
Loops it again.
Rowan Lloyd out to a half-second lead over Andrew Teft right now, and I mean, you heard what he said. Careful off a 4 and just hope that he gets out in front of them.
Yeah, once you're out in front, you can really focus on managing your tires and just saving fuel if you need to. Focus on your strategy and not worry about anything else.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is he doesn't want to push too hard because then he's going to be in trouble, but we'll take a peek back here at Kensley Smith and Curtis Ecker. Kensley Smith to the inside of Ecker. Saw Ecker running pretty high here a couple times. Oh, they get really close there.
It's just a matter of, you know, what line feels most comfortable for you? Where do you feel the most confident? So a lot of these guys are going to just stay on the high side because that's where they feel more confident.
Yeah, I certainly can tell you, typically I'm more comfortable in that top to high line, but it changes throughout the run, and we're going to see how that works for these guys tonight. You know, does the top work itself in once it gets a little bit of rubber down? Will it be the preferred line here? Will the bottom stay dominant? I mean, it's going to be a guessing game here for sure.
Every once in a while you have those instances, if you will, of marbles starting to build up at the top side, and where you used to have pace, you no longer have pace.
Yeah, certainly Curtis Ecker making it work. He keeps kind of having just enough off the corner to keep Kensley Smith at bay for now. Kensley Smith way up the track, almost into the wall. Philip Archibald losing spots to Herndon, but does a quick crossover. See if he can make it stick coming out of the corner. See if he can drag race him down the corner or down the backstretch. Not going to be able to. Rob Yost looking to the inside of Kensley Smith now.
Wow.
And this is a truck we've seen a lot of speed out of here recently as well. You know, flying through this field.
Yeah, he's really moved up. Rob Yost is up 7 spots.
Yeah, up 7 spots from 17th at the start of this race. Sitting in the top 10 spot. And I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, 12 laps. I mean, it's almost a car a lap. You know, just off by about 4 or 5 cars.
Makes me wonder if he's burning up the tires for this stint. You're going to see him jump into the pits before anybody else.
Yeah, it's certainly going to make you wonder the same kind of thing here for Rowan Lloyd. As he looks like he grabbed a little bit of a
stretch. Kensley Smith.
Not sure what happened there. Wanted to see if I could find something on that. Some stand by while we look for what might have happened to Kensley Smith. See if this tells us anything here. It's Rob Yost with Kensley Smith in front. Oh, I don't know if he just got loose and then I'm not sure.
Wonder if this is a scheduled stop.
No, it looks like Kensley Smith is out of the truck. Nope, it's back in. It's gonna be an interesting one there to see what that was.
Probably some technical difficulties if I had to guess.
Got Stephanie shouting out Jesse Fox, and certainly in that Fast House 69 truck, certainly looks sharp. I love when they do the more glossier schemes here on night races, and they just shine a certain way. A little bit of metallic
pop. Sometimes a chrome finish and how the lights come off of it.
Yeah, it's certainly sharp. And we've also got a shout out for Alex Teff from Julia. And like I said, I mean, he's down 7 spots from where he started, but I look for him. I mean, he's been one of those guys that he lurks in the middle of the field and then finds his way through with strategy or just pure driving up into the top 5, top 3 or third place the past 2 weeks. So we'll see if he can keep that running, keep that going as we go up here to Lee Campbell. Lee Campbell under fire from Jesse Fox now in that 69 truck.
Rob Yost just continuing to push through the field up 9 spots.
Yeah, and I mean he's at that point where he's just got to track down Ecker. Ecker moved up because of Kensley Smith's situation. Kensley Smith back out on the track, but down 3, almost 4 laps. Nathan Strauss did not take the green flag, so he is the only one that has not started this race whatsoever. So we're going to have worst position tonight. It's going to be 20th, which is currently held by Kensley Smith.
Philip Archibald started dropping back.
Yeah, looks like he lost his way a little bit there too. And like you said, it's what Rowan Lloyd said, that out of turn 4. Looks like he had a little help there, though, certainly. Bounces off the one machine of Wesley Herndon.
Oh. That's too bad.
And now Andrew Teft has shrunk that lead to about half a second here, 0.6. So, I mean, he's making ground, but is it Rowan saving, or is Rowan out? Burned up stuff. Is Andrew Teft just now pushing at full throttle? There's a number of different things that it could be, but the best that we can do is just kind of watch and see what happens.
That's all we can do at the moment. The only 3 drivers I see that have done a 23.5 are your leader Rowan Lloyd, your hard-charging Rob Yost,
yeah,
and the
and Andrew Teft to the inside of Rowan Lloyd, gets loose off of turn 4, and I mean Rowan Lloyd wasn't kidding. I mean, we've seen a number of people get loose off of that turn 4, but Andrew Teft certainly pushing the button here, or pushing the envelope here, trying to get past Rowan Lloyd. And if he can put the power down and match Lloyd on that lower side coming out of turn 4, I think he'd have a shot, but just can't make that power stick coming out of the corner like Rowan Lloyd can up high.
I wonder if that's the benefit of running that high line, is you just get out of 4 so much better with less risk of losing the back end.
It looks like Andrew Teff got out pretty good that time. Going to be side by side this time going into one. Maybe not quite side by side, but just to his inside. So now is when, you know, Teft has been stronger on that, on turns 1 and 2. But looks like he got a little bit of a wobble there. Still fighting. And the thing is with Andrew Teff pushing as hard as he is down there, that's going to burn up stuff more for him. And it's also going to allow Blair Holloman to enter himself into that little scuffle.
Certainly is. If you're Blair Holloman, you can just watch the battle unfold in front of you and hang back a little bit. Make sure you keep hitting your marks. You'll be able to just cruise by later on. Things are heating up between Jesse Fox and Trevor Woodward.
Yeah, I mean, we have a 4-car pretty much fight right here between Yost, Fox, Woodward, and Teft. And, you know, like we said, Teft finds his way up. So, I mean, he's in this little group here. It's 4 spots, or 3 spots, my apologies.
Troy Thomas has quietly moved through the field, up 5 spots.
He's certainly finding his way way forward. Back up front, Andrew Teft has found his way around Rowan Lloyd, and now Blair Holloman looking to capitalize on that as well.
But the battles we're seeing on track, pit strategy, I think, is really going to shake things up for people. I wonder if the undercut is going to be in play.
Yeah, I mean, certainly someone's going to have that idea, and I mean, we've seen it multiple times. Alex Teft gets by Jesse Fox here now. You see how much further he's up high, and then he turns down into the middle lane and gets a massive run. He's going to be to the inside of Woodward here now. I mean, you can hear right there how loaded up it seems like it is, trying to drive off on the bottom. You have to really take some speed out of it. You see Steve Teft coming to the outside. Kensley Smith, fresh tires, 3 laps down, so certainly not his fight. Oh, Alex Teft gets into the 6. Oh, no caution yet. We stay green for the moment.
That was too bad. It looked like the 6 checked up a little bit to make sure they wouldn't get into the back of, oh jeez, I have to look back at it. And Teft had nowhere to go.
Looks like he got a little tap there from Yost trying to drive it off the corner. We'll take another look at that. You see right here, he gets onto the rear end, just a touch onto the rear end of Yost. And then he's around for the ride there.
There's nothing that anybody really could have done to avoid that any better.
Not at all. We'll take one more quick look here. Just touches the 83, gets loose, tries to hang on to it. Alex Teft not expecting it. And then Kensley Smith just collateral right there. So Woodward going to go down a lap now here.
Something that Kensley Smith's not going to be too happy about.
No, certainly not. And Kensley Smith's night just goes from bad to worst.
Hugh Escobar is also down a lap.
It seems Hugh may have gotten out of the
Did
vehicle.
he park it?
Yeah, it seems he has gotten out of the vehicle for the night, so Hugh Escobar done as it sits right now.
And then there were 19.
Yeah, and certainly just whittling down just a touch with Kensley Smith being in 19th, down 3 laps, and he's really going to need some help to get those cautions. And I mean, he probably would have preferred to see that caution come out there for Woodward, get 1 lap back.
I was a little bit surprised that it didn't come out, but off the racing surface, only one vehicle off the racing surface, they don't throw it.
Certainly a bummer there for him as he's down pit road now. Said he's going to go ahead and get that service, going to go down 2 laps. And if he might be trying to fix it before using and burning a fast repair.
Yeah. And maybe Kensley Smith will get the jump on Trevor Woodward if he's down there for long enough.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to make a pass on him now. So, I mean, at least Kensley Smith can move up 1 spot. And, 1 spot is a point. It could come down to 1-2 points. And you'll look back and be like, well, I passed this guy in Iowa and, got myself 1 lap. Or 1 extra point.
Well, and you remain in the lucky dog position.
Yeah, so, I mean, if we were to see a caution, he'd get 1 back again. Or get 1 back and be ahead of Woodward by 1. And that, then you can, again, not stress as much with that. And it looked like Trevor Woodward crashed again.
Oh, jeez, no. Coming off a 4? No. Oh.
Yeah, and it looks like he just jumps to the pit and said, probably done, boys.
It's probably cold tires.
Yeah, and I mean the cold tire bug grabs you each and every chance it can. So,
Well, in your mind, you're thinking, "I'm gonna be so quick. I'm on brand new tires. I can just go out and push it." And
yeah,
you
and
gotta
I
give
mean
them a
that's
couple
that.
laps.
That's a great point too. I mean, because you run deep into these runs and you get worn out tires and you're backing up your corners, and then it's almost like you got to relearn how to drive the truck again. Because I mean, then you're going to be able to dive into the corner further and throttle out of the corner sooner. And then by that time, then you start pushing a little too much. Might get a little bit of a slide. So
That's right.
got to kind of relearn how to drive.
And cold tires are just so unforgiving when you do get into that slide. It's a lot harder to catch it.
Justin Branham, the first one to jump on pit road here tonight. Should probably see Andrew Teft, Blair Holloman, Rowan Lloyd, those top 3 any moment now. It looks like the call for some of these guys is going to be 50-50 and then to the finish with 40. So I mean that's where
There we go.
So Andrew Teff coming around to grab and start lap 50. And this is where I'm wondering, like I said, 50-50 and then pit, or 50-50 and 40. I mean, you're breaking it up pretty even there. Dennis Kane, Lee Campbell, Jesse Fox, Curtis Ecker, Robert Yost, all in on pit lane right now. So I'd certainly see some of these top 10 that are left out here to get in the pit road here momentarily. But Andrew Teft, the king of saving, so he's certainly going to be, fine, and he has his spot, or has his strategy down pat. And you can see Alex Teft come down, Kirby Wainscott, Kyle Hess, Paul Shaw. So that leaves Troy Thomas, Truth Hoke, Rowan Lloyd, Blair Holloman, and Andrew Teft all still on track.
I wonder if they're just going as far as the fuel will take them, and then later on they can have some really aggressive strategies on the tires.
Yeah, you stretch this out, and then you run the other session or other stint, as hard as you can, burn stuff up just a touch quicker, and come down around lap 100 and have 40 to the finish. I mean,
not a bad strategy.
It's like, I'm not a great strategist, but I mean, that's certainly where I would be thinking about it. Looks like we got Wesley Herndon coming up as crashed. Certainly wouldn't want to see a caution here now if you're 5th through 20th. But Andrew Teft, Blair Holloman all on pit road now. Take a peek, see what happened to Wesley Herndon.
Troy Thomas is showing us out right now.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That thing shot to the left.
Ooh.
Certainly not fun on that. I mean, that thing legitimately shot to the left. So Truth Hoke, only guy that hasn't come down pit road yet. He's going to lead a lap, get that little bit of a bonus there.
Get that extra point where you can.
Exactly. I mean, Truth Hoke, we saw that blazing fast qualifying time he had that, was it, I believe, last week or the week before.
Yeah,
no, it was last
ago.
week.
Last
Because we pulled up Kirby Wainscott instead. Rowan Lloyd getting his service. Justin Branham going to cycle through as the leader. So that's pretty crazy. Came down lap 46 to Andrew Test 53. Six laps
quite
earlier.
Interesting change.
And right now he's got a 2.5 second lead over Andrew Teft. So he made a little bit of ground with those guys stretching out their runs here. Pit stops just finished, and we're going to take a quick pit stop of our own, pay some bills, and make you watch some things. We'll be right back here with the Racers Elite Truck Series here on SRM. Back here at Iowa Speedway for the Racers Elite Truck Series here from Iowa. Justin Branham leading right now, but he is certainly under fire right now by Andrew Teft, who's on fresher tires and being held up by Truth Hoke right now. Truth Hoke trying to stay on the lead lap, which is going to be easier said than done with someone like Andrew Teft running you down. And oh, just as I say that, Truth Hoke gets a little squirrely.
Big slide, and great job keeping it together.
What's crazy here is Andrew Teft with about 2 3/10 ahead of Blair Holloman now. Rowan Lloyd fell all the way to 6th. Kyle Hess finds himself up 9 spots. One of the higher climbers here right now in the Hess truck.
I was surprised to see Truth Hoke has fallen back that far. He must have had a big moment.
Yeah, I mean, he came down lap 55 to Teft's 53, so I feel like, you know, he tried to push it just that extra 2 laps, lost a good bit of time, and, you know, once he lost that good bit of time, coming down pit road and everything, it just makes it a killer. I mean, he was on pit road no longer than a majority of the field, so it just really shows you how much changes the longer you stay out.
It really does seem like Andrew Teft and Blair Holloman are pushing hard on this stint. Their lap times are in the 30s and 40s, 23:35 and 23:42.
Yeah, this time around we'll see Andrew Teft goes 23:87 to Blair Holloman's 23:80. Meanwhile, Justin Branham in between the two, running 24:16 that lap. So you can certainly see the difference in just about 6 to 7 laps on tires. You know, those guys running 23:80s to a 24:1 is 3/10. It's a ton of time.
It's a lot of time, especially on this track.
Yeah, I mean, you're going around here at full speed in 24 seconds, 3/10. I mean, 3 laps is almost a full lap or a full second behind.
Yep.
68
Yeah,
done
so
here. Oh, good.
No, it's okay. Sometimes the undercut is going to pay dividends if the tire fall off is that dramatic.
Yeah, and I mean, for Justin Branham, I mean, we weren't really seeing him very far up there. So, I mean, he's getting passed by Blair Holloman now, but, you know, this just put him in a better position, you know, overall. If he could, if he can just hang on here until everyone makes their second stop, you know, he's going to be right there with them. He can choose to stay out just a bit longer to go with these guys. I mean, he can come down lap 50 and then do a 40-lap stint. I mean, he's got numerous options, and I think more options than some of the guys in front of him.
Certainly. Yeah, this is not the easiest track to overtake on. It's a bit deceptive because of how wide it is, but every line is quick.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw the top line really working to a better benefit, but I mean, right now, I think the good lane is right there in the middle. You get a good drive off, you know, you can float through the corner a little bit more and still, you know, kind of have a less drive off than the top side, but still have a good drive off to compete. I mean, you can see Truth Hoke fighting to stay right there with Andrew Teft, because, I mean, at this point, if we were to see a caution, just about anybody that Andrew Teft would catch, he'd be right there to capitalize on them.
Right.
Blair Holloman still 2.5 seconds behind Andrew Teft and losing on corner entry there to 2.6 seconds, almost 2.7. Big wobble there from the 32 machine. You can hear he's not really getting to full throttle until he gets to about, you know, almost out of the corner.
Yeah.
You see him bringing
Yeah, it's
it
just
up,
so,
and then, oh, big slide.
so much of a risk to get on the throttle too soon coming out of 4. You lose more with a slide than you gain by getting on the throttle early.
Yeah, and everybody pretty spaced out here. Rob Yost and Kyle Hess are certainly the closest to each other here. As Kyle Hess is looking to the outside.
I have a sneaking suspicion that you're going to see pit stops around lap 80.
Yeah, I feel like 80 would be, you'd have to save just a touch, but could be done if it were me. And again, I'm not a good racer, so don't follow what I say to do. I would probably come around lap 85. I mean, it gives you
Yep.
it gives you just a little bit of leeway. You know, you saw these guys going 53, 55 laps if you're Truth Hope. So, I mean, 85 would put you right there in
good
that
shape.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to save just a touch to not run out, but
I just think it might be worth getting the jump on track position and then doing a little bit of clutching through the corners to make the fuel number.
yeah, and if you're clutching in the first bit of your run, you'll save a little bit of tire there too, and then you have a little bit of tire to, you know, make up what you gave up. Dennis Kane hunting down the 80 or the 58 machine. I was gonna say 81 because his truck says 81, but the 58 machine of Justin Branham. And you know, it's, I mean, for Branham right now, if he can get to the where these guys decide to start pitting, you know, like we said, I mean, he's got good track position now. He's sitting in third with Dennis Kane running him down. But Rowan Lloyd is almost 5 seconds behind Dennis Kane right now. So, you know, right now, I mean, that means Justin Branham should be over 5 seconds away. So, I mean, that's a lot of time to make up, even if you're on different tires. I mean,
Right. If I'm Justin Brand, I'm not worried about Dennis Kane getting around me. I'm just worried about making sure that I stay on the same strategy as far as fuel and tires that I'm already on to maintain as much track position as possible.
yeah, he was down lap 46. So we could probably see him. He might probably try to stretch it to around lap 90, I would imagine. 92 would be the same stint length, but then you're asking 50 laps from your truck. So I mean, that's a ton of ask there from your truck to go 46 or 46 46 and then haul out an extra four laps. And I mean, you see he's able to keep time. It's just, I think an undercut might actually benefit him just a touch bit more. Lee Campbell underneath Curtis Ecker right now, trying to take away that 6th place position here.
Such a tricky track.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To make those decisions.
It's not easy by any means, and it's one of those things where you just gotta keep your wits about you and not get too frustrated, because the second you get too frustrated is when you start trying to push off the corner too hard. You slide up into the guy on your outside, or you spin yourself off the corner. So see him tuck back there. He's just gonna focus on it. And I mean, he allowed Alex Teff to catch up by battling so hard. Kensley Smith laps down, but still right there as well.
Alex Teft has done a great job working his way back through the field. As he was 7 spots down, now he's just finds himself 3 spots down.
And right here, Justin Branham still holding off Dennis Kane. pop back here to this little battle.
Oh my.
Kensley Smith passed those guys. Fresher tires by about 20 laps than Curtis Ecker and Lee Campbell and Alex Teft, actually. Alex Teft in the soonest at 50. Ecker was in at 48. So now is when I'm starting to think that window's opened. You know, that window is opened. It's just going to be who wants to jump first.
Yeah, I think whoever decides to pit first might get the same Branham effect of just getting some track position on the fresh tires.
And you know, I'm sitting here looking at it. If Branham can push this to where these guys, you know, if they go another 50 laps, 50 for him would be 96. So if he just pushes it to that 54 mark, he'd be pitting at the same time as them and have, you know, be on the same strategy as them and essentially keep that same position that he's in now.
Right.
Dennis Kane working by him now, though. But still, like, I mean, look at the fight he has out there on the outside.
Yeah. It seems like the worn tires on the high side is working really well.
Back here, got two really good battles. Branham holding off Dennis Kane, and then the three-way battle between Ecker, Campbell, and Teft here. Alex Teft, that is. Neither one of them giving any room or relief here.
Oh no! Wow, way to keep it together, Lee Campbell.
Yeah, certainly, and I mean that's terrifying.
Good of Alex Teft to give him a little bit of space.
So Justin Branham jumping first here, lap 91 going to 92, so he's kind of pulling another undercut. I mean, he went another 46 here, so I mean, this is going to be interesting to see as Andrew Teft and Blair Holloman and Dennis Kane all coming in right behind him. So they saw what it did for him with them staying out for as long as they did, I believe.
They may have decided to pit whenever he did.
That's where my brain went, immediately. Yep. So Rowan Lloyd's going to re-inherit the lead for the time being. 54 was when he was down last, so if he goes another, once the match's last stint, he wouldn't be down till 108, and I think that would be the wrong call, in my opinion. I would have been down this next lap that just finished, but I'm not the driver.
If you're not going to pit early, you may as well pit as late as possible.
Exactly. Looks like he's woeing up now to get to pit road. So
Yep,
Rowan Lloyd coming down. See if Alex Teft decides to. Doesn't seem to.
Spin out of the 4, and the caution comes out. Wow, Rowan Lloyd has just been given a gift.
Certainly. I'm trying to see here. It looks like this man, Andrew Teft, who's been one of the fastest of the night, is what comes up is wrecked, but we'll see if that's the case or not. Oh, gets loose.
Hey.
Well, it certainly could have been worse. I believe that's
our racing surface is what brought out the yellow.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, that cold tire bug got loose, wiggled,
Yep.
and then just locked it down sideways. So like you said, Rowan Lloyd getting a gift there.
Bless you.
I was trying to, I had it muted. You're the only one that heard me. So we're gonna go ahead and step aside while they do their pace laps and such. We'll make you watch some more videos, and we'll be right back here for the Racers Elite Truck Series from Iowa. Back here at the
Yeah.
track, Iowa Motor Speedway. I don't think it's a motor speedway, but Iowa Speedway here. Hearing a bunch of those guys get that wave around, and the worst of it all is Andrew Teff coming back around is going to find himself starting 10th. So he's going to have to work his way through this field if he wants to get up there and challenge Blair Holloman. Meanwhile, Rowan Lloyd to the inside here now of Blair Holloman, starting off the race, or this restart just like we started the race, except Blair Holloman's going to have control here, and he's going to send it and leave these guys a little bit. Actually, no, Rowan Lloyd's actually pulling up to the side of him. I thought Blair Holloman was going to just haul off and leave for a moment there. Troy Thomas finds himself up 14 spots.
Yeah, huge benefactor.
And then again,
Truth
Alex.
Oak is back in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, he was just one lap down there for a moment. And then again, Alex Teft finds himself right here in that little bit of area. If he can get through past Jesse Fox, Troy Thomas does a little crossover on Alex Teft there.
Oh,
And there goes Troy Thomas.
There he goes.
We stay green. Jesse Fox in third, Alex Teft in tow. And you know, it's funny because I'm more excited if Teft can pull off the 3 third places to start off the first 3 races than I would be if Blair Holloman were to take 3 wins. I don't know why. And I think it has to do because I'm a bowler and there's an award that you can actually get. It's called a triplicate. If you get the same score all 3 games. And I've never done it, and I've came really close. I think I had like a 199, a 199, and a 198, or a 200 or something.
Oh, no.
And I was off just by 1 pin. But it's one of those things that it reminds me of a triplicate, so I would love to see him get 3 third places. I mean, certainly he would rather see a win here, but I would like to see a third just because weird stats.
I believe it was Yuki Tsunoda in Formula One who had a record going for consecutive 11th place finishes.
Just
and that's one
outside
you
the
never
points.
want.
Yeah, 1 spot outside the points.
Yep.
Ugh. Imagine if NASCAR did something like that. Oh, Rowan Lloyd in the wall there. But imagine if NASCAR did, you know, I don't want to say 10 because like that's literally like only a quarter of the field, but I mean you cut the field almost in half and say like
Right.
top 18 because I think they usually start 36, so you say half the field gets points. You imagine how different things would be at races like Talladega and Daytona.
I have a strange feeling you'd have a lot of drivers or teams just losing interest in competing.
Oh, 100%. That would, I mean, soon then it would just be 20 cars going for 18 positions. I mean, they're already in trouble with all of the whole charter lawsuit and everything.
Yeah.
From 23XI and Front Row, which is kind of crazy. And I heard, you know, Richard Childress, and he was kind of backing them without saying he was backing them, simply because I think he was just trying to not get his you-know-what burned. But
Yep.
certainly, I mean, I heard Jeff Gordon talking, too, one time that, you know, Hendrick hasn't turned a profit in, like, years.
Yeah, sure.
And so, like, essentially, the France family is just killing their own sport from the inside out.
Yep.
If it wasn't for you know, Hendrick having the dealerships and all the stuff that he has.
Oh no! Is that Kensley Smith around on the out of turn 4?
It looks like it.
Oh no!
Yeah, just gets around Dennis Kane and evasive
Oh my
maneuvers.
goodness! Everyone did a great job avoiding him.
And Dennis Kane having a great evasive maneuvers here. We'll ride on board with Dennis Kane right here. And that's a scary one because you don't know if he's going to slide up the track or slide down the track.
He's hoping for the best. If you give it too much brake, you're going to be the next one around with him.
Yeah, or you're going to get run over. It's one of those can't win moments. He didn't get. If you listen to that back again, it doesn't sound like he really gets out of the throttle either. Give it one more listen. You hear him. He's kind of half throttle through the corner. Whatever. Gets back on the throttle. Doesn't come off of it until right there.
I wonder if he was worried that if he lifted, the back end would come out.
And it's a very possible thing. So just about everybody on the lead lap comes down to pit road. I mean, why not? You got 28 laps left. You get that set of tires here. Hope that you can beat everybody off of pit road. The only person to not come down is Jesse Fox. So, that's certainly going to put him in a position where if he could just hold on to these guys just a touch, he might find himself
Jesse Fox, he had pit on the last caution, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, somewhere in there, lap 95. So,
yep.
He's gonna have older stuff, but being the control truck and he's coming down pit road, that actually might be a penalty. That might be a penalty for him because I don't remember how that works. I think if you don't take it on the first time around, you have to stay out or something. I feel like that used to be a thing. It might not be a thing anymore.
That I don't recall.
I could just be misremembering my iRacing mentality and what all entails, all that stuff. But Rowan Lloyd gonna hang on to the lead or take over the lead. Blair Holloman in second. Alex Teft in third. Please let it stay. Justin Branham, Andrew Teft, Truth Hope, Dennis Kane, Philip Archibald, Curtis Ecker, and Lee Campbell going to round out the top 10. Kyle Hess, Troy Thomas, Jesse Fox, Rob Yost Jr., and Kirby Wainscott going to round out the top 15. Paul Shaw's is the first car a lap down, with Wesley Herndon following in suit. Trying to do it quick. Kensley Smith, Trevor Woodward, and Hugh Escobar off the racing surface, no longer here, and Nathan Strauss never took the green flag. So that's your 21 trucks here tonight. And I don't think we're done. I think we're going to have another start here because you're going to see all these people from 14th all the way up to first.
Yeah.
Essentially are on the same tires.
Jordan, I think you are correct. I don't think we've seen the last of the yellow flag flying. But if they can keep it clean, this is going to be a heck of a show. Oh,
without a doubt. And I think you could see a number of things go here between... you could see Blair just blow everyone's doors off. You could see mass calamity like we did at Talladega this past weekend, where 28 cars were in a wreck together, and it's unknown. It's truly, truly unknown. With 25 to go, when we come back around, 25 is about half of what their runs have been. So you're going to see these guys using every bit of truck that they have here.
And with the track temps being relatively low, there's not much risk of just cooking the tires in 2 laps. I'm sure you don't want to overdrive it, but you probably won't have the same cool down time that you would if you had a high track temp.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of cold tires here too, so could see some people spinning off that turn 4 like Rowan Lloyd was saying at the top of the broadcast. Well, we're about to find out. as a pace car makes that hard left turn, handing over control to Rowan Lloyd. Rowan Lloyd doesn't wait long.
Oh my!
Doesn't wait long to get in the box and floors it.
What a start!
Alex Teft looking to the inside of Branham, still side by side. Andrew Teft giving his brother a good shove there. Branham up high.
Goodness.
Blair Holloman drives it in deep to try to get up there and
Oh,
maybe.
Truth Hoax going around. Oh, Kensley Smith might get him. Oh, no. Truth Hoax right in the middle. He's not Truth Hoax.
Looks like it's possibly Philip Archibald.
Oh, it's Philip Archibald. I saw a red and white vehicle in the middle.
Curtis Ecker gets it. Kensley Smith.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
Rob Yost gets a shot there.
And Rob Yost is having such a great race.
And he came down to a good stop, and then he would have been clear. But Archibald just rolls down that hill.
Oh. That's one of those moments you see it playing out so far ahead of you. You think you know where you need to go, and then something changes at the last moment.
Pop with Kensley Smith here, and just misses it. Locks her down.
Oh.
I wonder if Rob Yost even saw him sitting there still. 'Cause that was like a double insult to him. Yeah, just missed it.
Such a bad feeling. Oh, they both got going at the same time. He
Yeah.
didn't mean to do that.
Oh no, not at all.
No.
That's one of these things. That's one of the things about this league is we don't have that kind of stuff around here, which is nice to see. Because I mean, I've been in some toxic leagues, but the Racers Elite Series certainly is the furthest thing from a toxic league. If not, it's one of the biggest, camaraderie leagues that I've seen. I mean, Andrew Teft putting on race after race outside of league races, which is, I mean, almost unheard
Yes.
of.
Yep.
I mean, he puts on he puts it up there and says, "Hey, like, sign up." And I mean, it's almost like this is a full-time job for Andrew. I mean, the amount of time and effort he puts into just all of his leagues and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it, being the sole owner of all of these leagues, running all of them, because you have other leagues out there that run multiple different vehicles, multiple different series, but an individual admin from each always is in charge of that series.
Right.
Andrew's on the hook for all of these, and he makes them happen.
Yeah, and I would almost bet that he's got to have some kind of event planner background or something of that nature. Because I mean, the way that he runs this league, it's like someone who was an event planner. And I just saw down here Jesse Fox stayed out there to take or get a lap led. So grabbing that point, certainly something I wasn't thinking of because of everything that was going on, but. That's smart
True.
driving. That's smart driving right there to get at least 1 point.
Absolutely.
And I mean, he stayed on the lead lap, so he gets 1 point, stays on the lead lap, and now could go run for it. I want to point out, I know it's only 5 to 6 laps, but Kirby Wainscott, Rob Yost, I know he had damage, might have still had a fast repair, but Kirby Wainscott, Rob Yost, Philip Archibald, all three of them down. And tires that time around, so they're going to be a little bit higher advantage here than some of these guys. So if they can make quick work of some of these people, and they can make a charge here with 20 laps to go.
The only advantage the earlier stoppers are going to have is that their stuff will be nicely scrubbed in already.
Right.
We've seen it before. If you overdrive the tires fresh out of the pit row, it can give you some problems.
Right. They have a full heat cycle on them right now, so I mean it's not a ton of time between when we went green to when we went back under caution, but
Right.
it's still a tire cycle, and as a tire guide for a late model series, um, it makes a difference. It really does. So we're gonna see just how this all plays out here. As that pace car makes that hard left turn, they're gonna enter the box. Blair Holloman in control down on the bottom, gonna fire off. Alex Teff stays right on the rear end of him. Rowan Lloyd not quite staying with him, but certainly under fire from Andrew Teff now. Andrew Teff coming out of nowhere. Pulls a little bit of a slide job there and not allowing his brother Alex to slide up in front of him. So Andrew Teff finding a ton of speed here. Alex with a little slide.
Is wonderful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I asked one time to Alex Teff, I was like, "Do you like? Does it matter? What's it do for you?" And he was like, "Oh, it matters." He said, "It's always a good feeling to get one over on your brother."
Further back, we're seeing 3 wide. Looks like Lee Campbell trying to go down the inside. Oh, coming back into line.
Yes, 2x2 inside of Rob Yost, who definitely looks like he had a fast repair there, so he's going to be good. Blair Holloman sets fast time of the race, that time by 23:23. Alex Teff has dropped down to 5th, trying to work on getting 4th back right now. He's going to be clear of him now. But now's the hunt for that 3rd place again. Like, come on, Alex. Like, give me that 3rd place. Give me that piece of talking point.
You want that hat trick.
I want that hat trick so bad. As a hockey fan too, just to be like, hat trick. I mean, it's perfect. It's a hat trick of the number 3 at that. So it's a hat trick.
Oh, what happened to Philip Archibald?
I think Philip just came down pit road. I'm not sure what may have caused that, but he certainly did just come down pit road. Right here, Truth Hoke working past Dennis Kane now. We've pretty much single filed out throughout the field here, but I mean, everyone's kind of on the same strategy right now. Alex Teff goes his fastest lap of the race, that time by at 23:52. See, now's when, everyone's got to use every bit of truck. You don't want to leave anything out there, especially not with that 32 truck leading the field right now. Because we have 12 to go here. Just not a ton of time here. It's 23 seconds a lap.
No.
I mean, you don't have that much time. Got to be quick. It's not like 20 laps at Daytona where it's still almost a half hour of racing.
No, everybody's going to be trying to make the most out of these tires because they know there's plenty of life left in them, but if you overdrive them, it won't do you any favors. So being right on that limit of, tire temperature versus track time is going to be critical.
Yeah, you see Andrew Teff pulls in about 0.3 of a second on Blair Holloman, trying to make a run at him. And at this point, if you're Blair Holloman, do you think anyone's going to give you a little bit more of aggressive moves on you simply because of how many wins you've had already? 2 for 2, going for 3 for 3. I'm not saying dump him, but do you think someone might give him a little bit of a bumper and just be like, you got 2?
I think with at least with Andrew, I think he's just going to be racing him back and forth. I mean, they've always raced one another respectfully.
Oh, it looked like he grabbed the wall there. I'm not sure.
I kind of think
A little further back, Curtis
may have just let him by.
Yeah, Curtis Ecker working to get to Dennis Kane. A little bit of a slide there. I can't tell you how many times I've done that tonight where we pop onto somebody, and as soon as we start talking about them, they have a massive slide out of 4, and I'm just like, I'm gonna stop switching in turns 3. I'm just gonna wait until they get down the front stretch and then flip to somebody. Blair Holloman fighting on the outside there of Andrew Teft. Gonna get a little bit of a run here. Gonna be right up to that back bumper.
I think Blair just wants to keep running that high side.
And a little further back, Alex Teft fighting to get to Rowan Lloyd. He grabs the wall. It's almost hard for me to not start cheering like a fan. Like, come on, Alex.
This one means a lot to Jordan right now.
It absolutely means everything to me. Like, I keep wanting to pico, like, do one of those, like, all right, here's my guy, here's this guy. Here's this guy, here's my guy. Andrew Teft.
3 wide and 4. Sorry, 2.
Try to take
Kensley
a
Smith on the bottom.
There it is. Lee Campbell going to go around the outside there. Back up front, Blair Holloman still trying to work that outside line there on Andrew Teft. He's able to get a good run down the backstretch, but not really able to get fully by him. As we've got 5 coming to 4 to go here from Iowa. And, I mean, that's just over 60 seconds. It's just over a minute of time. 80 seconds and some change. So, I mean, you've got like a minute and a half to 2 minutes of racing, which really puts into perspective how short these laps are.
Kensley Smith gets around Lee Campbell, but Lee Campbell's making a move back on the inside.
Pop back here to Alex Teft once again. Really watching this spot, and I'm sure people are like, why are you doing this? And I am a NASCAR fan right now. I am fully a Alex Teft 43 truck fan. If I could buy merchandise of a 43 Home Depot truck, I'd probably buy it just simply because of this right now. Andrew Teft pulls out to almost a half-second lead here over Blair Holloman now. Curtis Ecker and Dennis Kane looking to hunt down Truth Hoke. Kensley Smith, while being a lap down, is working through Troy Thomas, and he's just out here making laps, and it's good for him. So Alex Teft comes down the backstretch through turns 3 and 4 to grab the white, or Andrew Teft, my apologies.
There's Alex. That's
I was looking at Alex Teft's name, trying to see where he is. So we've got white flag in the air. Andrew Teft holds about a 3/4 of a second lead over Blair Holloman, and
oh my goodness,
Alex Teft is fighting Rowan Lloyd. Come on, Alex. Andrew Teft's going to come out of 3 and 4. Andrew Teft's going to come out of 3 and 4. He's going to win the race. But come on, Alex.
Oh my
come on, Alex. Can he get there?
Ah,
Oh,
that was so close.
Andrew Teft going to be your winner here tonight. Certainly a great finish, and just short. Andrew Teft, Blair Holloman, and Rowan Lloyd going to be your top 3 here tonight. And I'm certainly going to let Rowan Lloyd know how I feel about him not just conceding the spot to Alex Teft. But we're going to have to go ahead and...
Raquel is about to make his own t-shirt. Alex Teft 3 for 3 in 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, that was my dream here. So we're going to go ahead and move up our boy here. Rowan Lloyd, it's Jordan in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, guys. Nice to talk to you again.
Of course. I mean, I was hoping to be talking to Alex Teft just simply because he was going for 3 for 3 in 3rd. But you keep ahead of him by 0.07. And certainly you had to be sweating there for the moment.
Yeah, no. I was scared to death that he was going to pass me. You know, he was putting up a fight. I respect him for not turning me. I don't think he would, but, you know, some guys do, you know, other leagues, whatever. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun. That battle between Blair and Andrew was really fun to watch, and I realized, you know, Alex is on my tail. Maybe I should worry about him.
Yeah, he certainly had a strong truck, but you certainly had a strong one as well there. So how was this thing towards the end of runs? Because we would see, people that had fresher stuff by a couple laps still not really able to make passes on people on the inside. And it seemed like those worn tires were really, really good on the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say it was just kind of tough to pass in general. But that's where I found my groove was, staying on the outside just kind of the entire race. But yeah, once the tires got a little older and I wasn't, killing them immediately, I felt pretty quick. And that's definitely what kept me up here in I guess the top three. So
Yeah, certainly a top three is going to be a good thing. And, you weren't the one to take down Blair Holloman, but, he has fallen. And to say he's fallen only three races in shows you just how strong he's been. But, do you think this is going to help you with a good upward swing to, pull off some good finishes here from the point forward?
yeah, I sure hope so. I don't know where we're racing next or the rest of the season, but I feel like I've been doing a little better this season, and this definitely helps. I think this is my first time getting third, top three, I guess, in this truck league. So pretty exciting, and yeah, I hope this gets me some momentum going forward.
Yeah, so next week you guys will be going to Daytona. So completely different shift of styles of racing. And I mean, that's got to be a tough thing to do.
Yeah, honestly, I just think that's all luck. So hopefully it
100%.
it all goes well. But honestly, if that wreck happens and I get involved, I wouldn't be too surprised.
It's always hard to avoid them, and you just kind of sitting there. But you come home third tonight, and before we send you off, is there anybody you want to thank and shout out?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank my team. They definitely helped me tonight. I want to thank my family, my friends. I want to thank my dad for letting me use his company on my hood. I think that's pretty cool. I want to thank Andrew. He's putting on a great league, and you guys.
All right, brother. Well, we appreciate that, and maybe we'll be talking to you again next week.
Yeah, hopefully I'll count on it.
All right, and I usually am used to saying last but not least when we bring up Blair Holloman. But Blair Holloman, it's the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys. How you doing?
Good. I went to bring you up, and I almost said, last but not least, because I'm used to pulling you up when you win, and here you come second. But I mean, still a strong showing.
Oh yeah, it was a fun evening. It's one of actually, I think it's maybe one of two times I've raced Iowa in a league race where I didn't tear the truck all to pieces. So I'll take that finish any day.
No, I hear you. And so there at the end, you had the lead, and Andrew Teft comes by, gives you a good fight. Was there anything you could have done, maybe just a touch different to hold him at bay?
Nah, I didn't have anything for him on a long run. Like earlier in the race, I learned that the hard way. We go over 20 laps, he's pretty much was set in sail. So it was pretty much buying my time, knowing that he was gonna at some point get there. When I saw him clear Rowan on that restart, I'm like, well, get as far ahead as I can, but he's gonna get me at some point. I didn't mind it. I mean, the man races clean, so I knew him going on by, I wasn't getting put in the fence or anything. So I don't mind it. It was definitely the fastest truck won tonight, and I can't complain. I'll take a second place any day getting raced clean.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things I said in the broadcast was, originally I was thinking, if Blair Holloman gets 3 or someone gets to him, you think they're going to race him a little bit more aggressive just because he's got 2 wins. And we were just talking about how clean this league is, so it's fun to watch, certainly.
Oh yeah, it's definitely rewarding. You get a race like this where people race you clean, even though you don't get a win. It's like you still feel like you feel rewarded for like the good racing that you get, because you can go to an official lobby, and for that every hour on the hour official lobby, you're probably gonna get toasted. While in here, you're gonna get raced pretty clean. You're gonna have some fun.
Certainly, and with all of that being said, congrats on the second. And before we send you off, is there anybody that you want to shout out?
Yeah,
Well, I think we lost you.
I'm sorry. I want to give a quick shout out to a couple people. On the hood of the truck tonight was Holloman Napa Auto Parts with my cousin Tad. ACR Autocore Recycling with my buddy Brian Lefevre. My tool distributor Roy Salisbury with Macro Tools, and of course the team captain Yost. I know that caution there toward the, what do you want to say, like the 2/3 mark of the race kind of derailed his evening, because we came off pit road just in front of him, and that caution unfortunately kept him a lap down and somehow cycled me to the lead, which I don't quite understand that. But all in all, he had an okay recovery. I know that he had that last caution he was a part of as well, but still a decent recovery for the evening. So can't complain. We survived a short track. So next time when we race, it's Daytona, and if I get taken out, it is what it is. We did good at a short track. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be the highway to the danger zone next week. You know, it's going to be just who gets lucky wins. So it's going to be interesting to see, and maybe we'll be talking to you again next week.
I hope it's the case, but never know.
All right, brother. Well, you have a good night, and congrats on the second.
Thank you, guys.
And last but not least, Andrew Teft. It's the boys in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So, I mean, you get by Holloman there. You dethrone the batting for 100 guy, and I mean that's got to be rewarding in itself. On top of the win.
Yeah, Blair is always a really strong contender. You really can't make any mistakes to beat him, and I did tonight, so I'm kind of thankful I was able to work my way back through up the back there. But yeah, I just lost it off at 2. I thought it was over because he's so tough to beat. Normally you make one mistake or make one little error on pit road or something, and it's enough to cost you. But yeah, both him and Rowan were super quick at different points, and seems like my strength was the long run there.
Yeah, and he said, he was fine with coming second, especially one to what he believes is the fastest truck of the night. On top of the fact that you get raced clean here, and I think that right there, that finish is a testament to how this league is, how clean it is, and how respectful you guys are.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of give and take out there. I thought he was going to be a little bit tougher to pass, to be honest, but maybe he gave me some courtesy. I didn't think he would fall off that quickly. I thought I'd at least have to battle him for a few laps side by side, probably. So I was trying to save some tire, but yeah, it's always a blast racing with him, and you're going to get a fair shot.
Yeah, and certainly one thing I want to bring up, since I can't talk to the other Teft tonight because he wasn't in the top 3, just want to say I was the biggest Alex Teft fan for like the last 10 laps there as he tried to get past Rowan Lloyd. I was really hoping he could go 3 for 3 in third, and I don't understand like why I got so excited for it. He just fell out of the podium by 0.07, so just missed the 3 for 3 by 0.07.
Oh, wow. It's funny how that stuff works. I think I had a string of fourths or something at one point, but yeah, I'll throw it out to him. I'm not sure if he even noticed.
I said something to him last week about getting that third place again, and he was like, "Yeah, it'd be pretty cool, but it'd be pretty cool to get a win too." But a Teft won, but it wasn't Alex. But certainly he and you are putting on very good performances this season.
Yeah, I love these trucks. They're a lot of fun to drive, especially on the short tracks. Ever since they updated the physics or whatever they did, they handle a lot more fun, and seems like they're a lot more competitive overall.
Well, I mean, with that being said, all that's left is, you got anybody you want to shout out and thank for tonight's performance?
Yeah, SRM as always. Our servicemen and women, my family for letting me invest the time. Everybody that tunes in to watch and comes out to race, and want to give a shout out or put my thoughts out there to those that are still struggling with the hurricane. I know a couple guys still can't race. They're waiting on internet and electricity to come back. Another hurricane on the way, so just thoughts with everybody. Hope everybody stays safe.
Yeah, certainly. once again, everyone hopefully is safe and well, and can get a good rebound from this. I know what it's like, so definitely thoughts and prayers for everyone in those areas. And with all of that, Andrew, we hope we'll be talking to you next week. Daytona's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, thank you. If anybody's interested in checking us out, just head on over to racerselite.com. You can find all of our info there. Just accept the Discord invite link. You'll be able to chat with me and get you all set up.
Certainly, and this is a league that you guys do not want to miss out on. I mean, just a bunch of respectful drivers and truly, I mean, just fun to watch in general. I mean, there's battling throughout the entire field. It doesn't matter if you're the Blair Hollemans and Andrew Tefts of this league, where you're, up front and racing for a win, or if you're, someone like me who's, starting 20th each and every week and trying to get to that top 15, top 10. I mean, there's racing throughout this entire field, so it's genuinely a fun league to race and a fun league to watch.
Yeah, definitely. We all race with each other multiple nights per week too, so it's generally not a good idea to upset one another because we race so frequently with each other. But yeah, even early on in that race when I was lapping people, it was super respectful. Never really got in too much danger with anybody.
Yeah, certainly. Well, Andrew, congrats on the win, and again, maybe we'll be seeing you through the carnage of Daytona.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and that about does it. Just gonna go ahead and go over the final results here. Andrew Tefts gonna come away with the win. Blair Holleman second. First time he hasn't been in the win spot, and I guess if you're not gonna win, coming second is gonna be just as good. Rowan Lloyd in third. Alex Tefts just barely missing out on that cool moment that I really wanted. I'm not gonna let that go for a while. My heart kind of hurts a little bit, but. Pulling off a fourth, and I mean, that's a good average finish there for him. Truth Hope coming fifth. Curtis Eckert, Dennis Kane, Troy Thomas, Lee Campbell, Jesse Fox coming in 10th. That's going to round out the top 10. Good showing by Jesse Fox here tonight. Justin Branham, Kyle Hess, Kirby Wainscott, Rob Yost Jr., Paul Shaw going to round out the top 15. Wesley Herndon, Kensley Smith, Philip Archibald, Trevor Woodward, Hugh Escobar going to round out our top 20, and Nathan Strauss never took the green flag. He'll be 21st on the night. And it truly was a phenomenal race. There is nothing about tonight that didn't disappoint. That did disappoint. It was a perfect night in my opinion.
It was rather excellent. Troy Thomas, stoked for him to be the big mover of the night, up 11 spots. And Blair Holleman may not have come away with the win, but he did come away with the best lap of a 23-23, which was 1/10 better than anybody else.
Yeah, and that certainly shows how fast he is, and long runs got him. But with all of that being said, we head off to Daytona next Tuesday. You can catch me coming up on Thursday and Friday for the Racers Elite Next Gen Series and the Racers Elite Super Speedway Series, as well as Wednesday's Xfinity Series. Both Wednesday and Thursday going to be at 7:30 start time, with Friday's Super Speedway Series going to be start time of 9 o'clock. And with all of that said, as you walk the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.